It's time for another day in the life here at Simply Living It. This is a slow morning, guys. We are taking things slow today. Very simple. We are having frosted mini spooners for breakfast. I am homeschooling the boys in my sweats and my slippers. This is real life. Today calls for some dry shampoo and an extra cup of coffee for sure. Today we are starting this simple, laid-back homeschool day off with chores. Again, as I always say here on my channel, every single day looks different. And so I struggle bringing you these homeschool day in the lives just because every day is so different. So you might see a glimpse of what life looks like in our home today, and tomorrow it will look totally different. So I always want to remind you of that here in this space. This is not every morning in our home. This is just one specific moment in our life. I'm going to go ahead and feed my sourdough babies while the boys are doing their chores. This is something I do every day. I leave these 2 sourdough starters on the counter and then feed them in the morning before we start our homeschool day. I do 50 grams of water, 50 grams of flour, and about 10 grams of starter. And I will just sit that on the counter, leave it on the counter, and let them do their thing. Once our normal kind of homeschool morning routine has been complete, we're going to meet at the dining room table for our morning basket time. Did you spill the milk? No, Mommy. The kitty cat did. 9-year-old Billy told his mother a lie. He had been hasty in putting food back into the refrigerator and knocked over the milk. He thought it didn't really matter, but when his mother discovered the truth, he lost a lot more than he expected. The 9th commandment states, "You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor." For freedom in World War II. So we're going to read through that right now, and then we will move on to our math and such. It says, Emma lived in Waikiki on the beautiful Hawaiian island of Oahu. Early one Sunday morning in 1941, Emma suddenly heard planes in the distance. She looked up toward the sound of a... As you watch this day unfold, you will notice that we skipped language from the Good and the Beautiful. We all needed something simple today. It was one of those days I needed simplicity. So we subbed for Explode the Code. So now that we finished up our morning basket, for lack of a better word, our morning basket items, we are now going to move on to independent subjects. And so for my oldest, he is doing Saxon math. We switched him to that, probably a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. It's going great. I ended up purchasing, so many of you moms had recommended Nicole the Math Lady. She is on YouTube, but I needed more than what YouTube offered as far as her videos go. Some of the lessons just make it more simple when we can watch a quick 2 or 3 minute video. So I went ahead and purchased a subscription. I can't remember what I think it's like $49 for a whole year. I just pull up the lessons on my phone really quick and he'll watch a quick 2-minute video. Like I think the longest one we've watched is 4 minutes so far. So we are on lesson 37 in Saxon math. So I'm going to show him the lesson really quick here on my phone with Nicole the Math Lady. I love that it makes his lesson go by so much quicker because he's not having to read all of the information in the Saxon book and I'm not having to teach it. Like, she's awesome. Nicole the Math Lady is awesome. She delivers it in such a way that it's simplified for our kids. So if you scroll all the way down, click your lesson here, and we are on lesson 38. Now, if you're wondering why we are on lesson 38 as we are nearing the end of the homeschool year, it's because we just recently switched to Saxon math from teaching textbooks. So that is why. And then I'm going to click right here and it will take me to the video course. I'm going to go ahead and expand it to fit the screen, and then we will watch the video real quick. By watching that quick video, he can bypass all of this extra reading in here and move straight into his problems. So this is where he will actually begin his lesson, and we typically do either odd or even problems. This lesson has 30 problems. We are just going to do odd. I don't make him do all the problems in the lesson, and so he will do that, and then I will grade it when we are all finished up with the teacher's key that comes from the kit that we purchased from Saxon as well. So that's what we are going to move on to now, and I'm going to get my other boys going on their math as well. We're gonna get Cooper going on his math, and both of my older boys like to do math in their bedrooms, and so I usually sit at the table out here and do math with Brantley.
Oh no, I like to do it in my bed too.
You like to do it in your bed too? Okay, so lesson 96 is where Cooper's at in teaching textbooks level 5.
Lesson 96.
He's going to grab his pencil, his notebook, and head to the bedroom where he likes to do his math so he can focus and not get distracted by all the rest of us and everything else that's going on out here in the living room as well. So, Cooper, you are good to go. B-boy, let's get your math and get you... Take it easy. Let's get your math and get you going on yours, okay? Abeka, Math 3. This is something he's only on his second lesson with. But you guys, he finished his math from The Good and the Beautiful. He finished it early. And with the new changes that The Good and the Beautiful is making to their Simply Beautiful math, I'm not sure if that's what we want to do in our homeschool. So in the past, we have done Abeka up until 3rd grade, and then we switched to teaching textbooks. Well, with Brantley, I know this is confusing, but last year I decided to move him to The Good and the Beautiful math just to try it out, Math 2. He finished it early, so we just went ahead and purchased Abeka Math 3, and we're just going to use it kind of to get us through until I can make my mind up on what we actually want to do. I know The Good and the Beautiful is coming out with a new math program, but I really like Abeka Math. It's just basic, it's simple, it's what we have always used up until 3rd grade, and then I just decided, because you guys know me, I decided to switch it out. So we're going to go back to this. He finished his Math 2 from The Good and the Beautiful, so this is Abeka Arithmetic 3. So we're going to just go ahead and work through lesson 2. I asked Brantley which math he liked best, and he said he liked Abeka. So obviously we're only one lesson in, but I like to let them have a say in what they're doing as well. My boys are simple. They're not into all the extra manipulatives and games and all of that stuff. And so we'll see. We're going to just try it out, go back to what I know and love as far as math, and see. So this page is kind of a perfect example of busy work. I don't necessarily need him to do every single one of these math problems. So once he finishes up, I will show you guys what I had him do and what I went ahead and crossed off. Some of this is review for him, as it is with any new workbook. The beginning is usually stuff that they can work through pretty quickly. And so I'll let him do his math and I will get the camera out of his face. And then once he finishes up, I'll show you guys what I had him do and what I went ahead and crossed off. You're amazing. Remember how to do those ones? Okay, so what does this say? Read me this number.
7,000.
Okay.
Plus 9.
Okay, so let's flip back. Right here. Remember how we were doing these? Writing the correct digit in the correct place. You have expanded form. See, this is 2,000s plus 500s plus 8 10s plus 3 1s. So if we flip over and look at this, we have 7,000s plus 9. What would that look like? If we write the number out, do you want me to help you?
Yeah.
Okay. 7, 0, 0, 9. You do that one on your own? 300 plus 80 plus 5. Awesome. Okay, what about this one? 4,000 plus 30. Perfect. Good work. Okay, let's see what's on the back. I'm gonna mark off some of the problems, but I actually only ended up doing a few of them because he finished that so fast. It is so simple, it is so quick. I think we were done in like 7 minutes. So that's awesome. And just a quick time check-in, it is 10 o'clock. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, and so far we have got everything pretty much done that I wanted to do school-wise today, with the exception of the Easter unit study from the Gather Around Homeschool curriculum. That's something last night, we did it together as a family when my husband was home, and I really, really liked that. And so if we don't get to it today, like during our normal homeschool day, our homeschool time, then we might do it tonight as a family. I don't know, we'll see. But he finished math and I only had him skip like 3 problems because some of it's just busy work and not necessary. Like if he knows how to do it and he gets the concept, I don't make him do 10 of the exact same problem. So that's kind of how we do things in our homeschool. As far as our homeschool day for this day in the life, homeschool, at this point, my 2 older boys are finishing their math in their bedrooms, but my job is done as of right now. I'm gonna spend a few minutes in my planner writing down what we accomplished today and then also yesterday, because yesterday was prayer, and that's always a busy day, and it's a wonderful day, and it's a day that we don't do any book work in our home typically. Some days we get done early and we can come back and do homeschool, but yesterday we didn't touch any books aside from our Easter, I don't even want to call it a unit study. It's like a devotional, so I don't even want to call it a unit study, and I don't even want to put it in with our homeschool stuff because it just doesn't feel right. It is something that's so important. So anyway, we did that last night. As far as what the rest of this homeschool mom of 3 day in the life entails, I don't really know what we're going to do this afternoon. We don't have any crazy plans. I really wanted to go run to town, get a few errands done. It seems like whenever I film a day in the life, that's what we're doing. So we've had a super slow, cozy morning. I am, like I showed you, in my sweats. There's nothing wrong with homeschooling in your sweats. It is a slow, cozy morning, and I feel like sometimes as moms we can put so much pressure on ourselves that we need to get ready and we need to look perfect and we need to be in this cute outfit just to sit and homeschool our kids. And while some days that's great and that's true and that's fine, some days, mamas, there's nothing wrong with being comfy and cozy in your sweats, in my slippers, and ready to go for the day. Like, I can go change my outfit and we can head out and go run the errands we need to run. But don't put any unnecessary added pressure on yourself, feeling like, you know, yes, sometimes we feel better when we get ready early, but sometimes it just feels good to just be and not worry about all the rest. So when I'm ready, I'll go get changed for the day and we'll see what the rest of this day entails. I am sitting in, that is our homeschool area. This is our homeschool room. If you've been around here any length of time, you know we don't have a homeschool room. We have never had a homeschool room. I tried in the very early stages of homeschooling to create this space in this room to be just specifically like designated to homeschooling and posters on the wall and all the things, and it just didn't work. But this is our current space in our dining room. This is what our homeschool room, for lack of a better word, looks like right now. I need to get some organizing going on here, guys. We need to organize books. The bins are obviously out because my boys are still working in their bins. They each have their own bin. That's how we organize things in our homeschool. I will share a video on that when I get everything cleaned and organized for the upcoming homeschool year, but for right now, it's just gonna stay the way it is. We have an art cart here that has, this shelf is designated for library books, and then down here are upcoming unit studies that we plan on doing, and then that's more like our morning basket section. And then up here, there's no specific order to these books. These are just ones that are too big to fit in our shelf. And then we have obviously my son's chore chart up here. They have chores that are broken down per day of the week. So you will see Monday, his chores were rugs and trash. Tuesday, trash and toilets. Wednesday, sweep floors and trash. He has a lot of days where he does trash, but this will all get organized and decluttered and all fresh and ready for the upcoming homeschool year. But for right now, we're just working through what we have. Ask why we have a fishing tackle box in here, because I cannot answer that question. But we have a lot of books that we've ordered after I did our organizing. Like, some of these just need to be gone. This book set back here are like classics. My kids have never, they're children's classics. My kids have never read a single one of those. So those are probably gonna go. We ordered the Tuttle Twins books. I have shared these with you guys before over on Instagram, and we have read through the first 2 books already. We are on book 3, and we read this one just last night. You guys, we are learning so much, all of us included, with these Tuttle Twins books. I totally recommend them. I wish so deeply that I would have purchased them clear back when we did our government unit study from Gather Round. I was going to purchase them then, but I just wasn't quite ready to invest in them. I invested in the set of Tuttle Twins books, and I am so glad that I did. We are going through them so quickly. My boys are interested in them. A great addition to our homeschool. I do have a link in the description box down below. This is not sponsored, but that link is an affiliate link in case you're interested in checking them out for yourself for your homeschool. We have all kinds of stuff going on down here, and this is something that I'm going to need to go through as our homeschool year comes to an end. We've got more books over here. I'm getting quite the collection going, guys. I'm kind of surprised. In here, I still have Christmas books. Like I need to find a better system. These are books from Christmas. I don't have a ton of storage in my home and nowhere specific that I can really put them. But this will all come again in a future video. So more in the very near future. As we finish out this homeschool year, prepare for a new year, I'm going to be cleaning and decluttering my homeschool room. I'm going to be organizing all the books, getting rid of old curriculum, sharing with you what we liked, what we didn't, what fit, what didn't, all of the fun things. And I'm so excited. It already gives me a breath of fresh air because it just feels so good to get everything organized and cleaned up and ready for the year. And typically I do like a mid-year declutter, but I didn't even tackle that this year. I'm like, I'll just wait because we're using everything. So I'm not even gonna bother with it. Here making my smoothie. Let's see how my little sourdough babies are doing. So they're not getting quite crazy active yet. They're not at their peak just yet, but you can see some bubbles going in there. Things are definitely starting to begin. So I'm gonna get those little babies ready and prepped for bread. And now this is what I put in my smoothie for protein. The macros for these shakes are amazing. There is 7 grams of fat, 31 grams of carbs, and 17 grams of protein. So I'm going to make that in my smoothie, add that to my smoothie, and then also grab some spinach, which I forgot to grab when I was just in here. And I'm also going to add about 2 cups of spinach, and that's what will go in my smoothie for my lunch. Now this is my first meal of the day. So I do intermittent fasting. If you guys would like to know more about that, I would definitely love to do a video devoted just to intermittent fasting, but this will be my first meal of the day and it's going to be a good one. And this is where a day in my life totally took a turn. And this is actually real life, how things go around here. So I thought I had my day figured out and all planned out. Well, I ended up taking advantage of an opportunity to have a sitter for 2 hours so that I could go just breathe for a minute. And I had no plans, no intentions, no direction, nothing in mind. But I went to town and I just kind of wandered through a couple of my favorite stores. I was able to find a new pair of workout pants, a new pair of shorts, and also found myself in Hobby Lobby. And while I was there, I'd found a sign set that I had been waiting to purchase for so long. They discontinued their 40% off coupon, and so I was not going to pay full price for these signs. I found them at 50% off, so that was a huge, huge win for me. I was so excited about that, guys. These signs I had a plan with for my master bedroom, and I'm so excited that I finally was able to purchase them on sale because I will not pay full price. So that is where my day ended. I ended up in town with a little bit of a break, and that is where I'm going to end this day in the life with you guys. Totally random and totally real life. Don't forget to click that red subscribe button, and I will see you in our next video.